Hey there, CrossFit Closer family. Coach Adam here, and I've got for you session 2 of our 4 weeks to a better handstand. Now, before you get started here, obviously the handstand is a relatively complex movement and can be unsafe if done wrong. So if this is your first introduction to handstands, make sure you go back to the previous video, the link is in the description, or get yourself a qualified coach to start practicing this with. Now, so the focus today is going to be getting upside down. Last session was all about loading the shoulders, getting comfortable putting weight in the shoulders, and today is going to be about getting upside down. If you're uncomfortable getting upside down, obviously work on the first one, take your time getting here, and then we'll get upside down. But before we do any of that, we need to get warmed up, just like we always do. Make sure the body is prepped, especially the shoulders, for being upside down. So just like before, we're going to do 3 rounds of this warm-up of 5 burpees, 10 T's, 10 Y's. Once again, a burpee is just going to look like this. You're going to get yourself all the way down to the floor, all the way up, and celebrate. So you're going to get 5 of those. You're going to bend over at the hips, keeping the back nice and neutral. Pull the shoulder blades together in a T position. 10 of those. And then same thing, hinged over again, but this time we're going to bring the arms out straight overhead and down and up for 10 as well. So once again, 3 rounds, 5 burpees, 10 T's, 10 Y's. When you're done that, we're ready to go. So now that you got your warm-up in, today we're going to be focusing on the headstand to get upside down. So don't worry if you have no exposure to this. I'm going to give a couple steps in order to get to the freestanding headstand, and it's up to you kind of where you want to start and work your way forward. So first one, I'm going to call this a teddy bear headstand. It's the most simple. If you haven't done this before, do it on a mat, do it on a rug. Make sure there's someone around who can give you a hand if necessary. So what we're going to start with is I'm going to put my hands on the floor about shoulder width apart, maybe slightly wider, and I'm going to aim to put my head slightly out in front on the top of my head. Once I'm there, what I'm going to do is lift my knees off the ground, start walking them forwards, and then slowly taking one knee onto one elbow, and then the other one, and that's my teddy bear handstand. I'm going to try to get comfortable balancing here. Once I feel pretty good with that one and I can hold that without too much struggle, then I'll move on to the next step. Now, if you're comfortable with that teddy bear headstand, you can hang out there. Then we're going to move to the next step. So the next step, instead of being in that tuck position, we're going to open up and get nice and vertical. What I would probably suggest is you start with this against a wall. Get comfortable bringing your feet up to the wall, find balance there, and then work on potentially freestanding. Another thing, if you find it uncomfortable on the floor to put your head down, grab a sweatshirt, grab a pillow, put it down, it might make it more comfortable for you. So that second step, what that's going to look like, I'm going to start myself in the same position that I was just in for the teddy bear headstand. Hands just outside shoulder width, head's going to come out just in front, making sure that the top of the head touches, chin is tucked in, and then from there I'm going to slowly walk my knees to my elbows and then walk them up to the wall. So head on the floor, walk the feet forward, come up to the elbows, and then slowly up to the wall. I'm trying to, as much as I can, maintain balance and weight distribution through my hands and my head. At no point do I want more of my weight in my hands, in my head, than my hands. Should be even weight distribution and relatively comfortable with the chin tucked. If you start to get tired, come back down. Work on this until you feel comfortable sitting there. Now, if you're pretty comfortable doing that, headstand up against the wall, the last piece of this that not only is going to get you comfortable being upside down, but now is going to help you work on the balance as well a little bit, is just going to be a freestanding headstand. So if you're comfortable against the wall, start pulling yourself away a little bit. Make sure that you've got some room that if you happen to fall over, that you're not going to run into something and smash your shin or whatnot. So, same concept. I'm going to set myself up the same way, hands just outside shoulder width. I'm going to tuck my chin, make sure the top of my head touches the floor in a nice tripod. I'm going to slowly walk my knees out towards my elbows, and then slowly, I'm going to bring my feet up and find my headstand. I'm going to find balance here, hang out as long as I feel comfortable, and then back down to the floor. If you're super uncomfortable with falling over towards your back, just stay a little closer to the wall or have someone spot you. If you can practice this 4 or 5 times a day, if you can practice this 4 to 5 times a week, say 10, 15 minutes per session, you're gonna see a huge improvement in your headstand and over time in your handstand. I'll see you next one.